I know that some of our listeners are out there, they're hearing this, they're nodding their heads, but perhaps they're a middle manager in an organization that doesn't have quite the inspiring purpose, doesn't have quite this philosophy from the top down. Is there any advice that you would give to somebody in that situation for, nudging or helping to drive their organization to a place where USAA is at?
I've believed this for a long time, and I feel I've acted upon this for a long time. I'm just gonna give a legal disclaimer. This is not career advice. This is my experience. So I don't vouch for the success, but it has worked for me. My view is do what you believe is right. I believe from a very beginning that the whole outcome of the impact in the marketplace is much more important than just my sliver of delivery. And so I've always been motivated by making the biggest possible splash in the marketplace. I've always been curious and appreciative of people's contributions. And I've always worked to bring people into the conversations because I've always felt there's actually a lot of people that are smarter than you, or at the very least, people bring a different perspective. And we enrich the ultimate product by bringing different perspective, testing, probing different things. And actually, I have found that even as I was growing out through the ranks, you can change the culture and the product from the middle. You don't have, certainly if that culture comes from the top, change is quicker, you can set the rules, you can push it. But sometimes I'm in a situation where I actually have to push from the top. And you can actually change that from the middle. There's nothing that stops you from reaching out to your colleagues when a project comes, because even your contribution to the project is going to be enriched by your colleagues having contributed to it. Your colleagues will feel much more connected. Their contribution, their own project is going to be better because of that. The outcome will come together much better, and the ultimate product is going to work. So I would say if you feel it's right to reach out. In my case, and I would assume in all cases, it actually will help you, do better and progress.
Yeah, I love that. I wish you would have given me career advice a long time ago. So that is career advice. No, I totally agree. And I think what I would add is, especially I remember those days. I still feel like I have those days where, you feel like you're in the middle, you're trying to enact change. You inherently know what the right thing is to do, but you're like, how do I do it? Can I do it? Does my position allow me to do that? The answer is yes. My advice would be just continue to be really good at what you do. Know your space, do it well. But I always tell myself and told myself, never do it alone. And so, and also this notion of be a student of the game. And that's not just the game you're playing or you were hired to do, but get outside of that and learn. And to Francesco's point, bring other people in. It's fascinating. Every meeting I'm on or team I'm on, I'm like, that's such a great point, or I didn't know that. And I'll take like a little note of like, I'm going to go learn more about that. And that might be in the marketing world, that might be in the comms world, or that might just be about our business. I mean, even our industry and our business is changing at light speed. And so just believe in yourself. Know that even if you sit in the middle, like you really, really can enact change. You're required to try to make change. So be bold about that. But the more information you have and the better kind of student of the game that you are outside of your own game, I think you bring a more holistic perspective, and then your voice, you just have to find your voice in those rooms sometimes. And that can be hard in and of itself. That's a great question. I love that.
I absolutely love what both of you said. And I really think in general, if you're following what you feel is right and you are sticking to what you are good at, even if you're in a situation that might not be the one for you, that's the quickest way you're going to find that out is by following your heart, by following what you instinctually feel is right. It's the easiest way to enact change, and it's the easiest way to really get the clarity of whether you are where you should be. And I feel like you are both firmly exactly where you should be right now.